Now, let's finish up this podcast with a little happiness. Who do I think is going to make the college football playoffs? Who are my top 4 teams? Well, I'm going to start off at number 1. Because if you're listening, you know who I picked this week. So let's just start with 1. Number 1, Georgia. They have been the best team this year. They're going to enter it undefeated. I think they are the heavy favorites to win the NCAA championship, which pains me as a Gator fan, but great job, Kirby Smart. I thought you were overrated. I thought Georgia was highly overrated entering the year, and they have proved me wrong. So, congrats to Georgia. They should be the number 1 seed if they remain undefeated, which I do think they will. Number 2, I think you have to go with Michigan. Now, I did debate myself a bit if I'd put Michigan or my number 3 team at 2, but I think you have to give it to the Power 5 school, if that kind of gives away who my 3 is. I think Michigan had a great win against Ohio State. I think it's a great win. They've had a very good season. I expect them to beat Iowa pretty handily. Do I know if they beat the number 3 team this year? Well, I don't know for certain. That's going to be something I'd have to think about a lot more. But as we sit right now, I feel confident saying they're the second best team in college football. Number 3, the Cincinnati Bearcats. This is where I'm going to have to eat my words, because during the UCF run, I was like, you can't put a group of 5 team in the college football playoffs. It's stupid. You can't do it. Blah, blah, blah. And now watching Cincinnati, I think they deserve it. I think there's an argument they've been the second best team in college football this year. They're the only other undefeated team, really. So, do I think it's going to be Georgia versus Cincinnati in the finals? I don't know for certain. But if Cincinnati handles their business on Saturday and they beat Houston, I can't find a reason to not put them in here. Could the committee? Absolutely. But for me personally, Cincinnati deserves to be in the college football playoffs. Whether that's as a 2, 3, 1, or 4 seed, they should at least get the shot to be in it. And my number 4 seed, and truthfully, I don't know who this is going to go to, because based off my predictions, I could still see the committee giving Alabama the nod. If they beat Georgia, if they play Georgia close, I could see them being like, well, it's Alabama, let's get them in there. But I just can't put a 2-loss team that does not have a conference title in it. If they had a conference title, I'd be willing to hear the argument. But as of right now, I can't. Because I think the number 4 team should be Oklahoma State. I think they are a great team. A great defense. And, hey, the rumor is Florida's going to be pursuing their defensive coordinator. I don't know what's going to happen there. As a Gator fan, I love the sound of it. But right now, I don't see why he would leave this Pokes team. Because I think Oklahoma State has a shot to make the college football playoffs. And I think they will be in it. Do I think they have a shot against Georgia? Time will tell. I really don't know. But this is a great potential for Oklahoma State as a program in the Big 12. Especially after losing Oklahoma and Texas to the SEC. You immediately get Oklahoma State in there. Which is huge. Because now you have a new top team. Now, who are the other teams that will have a shot? I've already said Alabama. They will have a shot because of name value, Nick Saban, and the fact they've won so many. The other team, Notre Dame. And even though I do not think they deserve it, I can see the committee putting them in there because they are a name team. The only other team that really has a shot to make it, in my opinion, would be Baylor. And they need a lot of things to go their way. I think the committee would put in Notre Dame over them, even though I'd heavily disagree with that. But if Baylor were to win, and they would have to have a lot of help, they'd have to beat Oklahoma State. They'd have to see Alabama get crushed. But they'd also have to beat Oklahoma State pretty handily, and I just don't see that happening. But those are overall the teams I think will make it in Georgia, Michigan, Cincinnati, and Oklahoma State, and the 3 teams that I could see having a shot being placed in it by the committee in Alabama, Notre Dame, and Baylor. Now, who do I think is going to win it? Well, you'll have to tune in to see when that's actually announced. But for now, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. And if you're new, hit the subscribe button. And if you like this, hit the like button. And if you didn't like it, hit the dislike button, tell me in the comments what you didn't like, and we can have a little debate back and forth. But as for now, see you later.